This video is for my intro to art classes, both groups. You all are starting the grid drawing project. Many of you sent me a picture of your grid last week. I had to do a couple Zoom classes, Zoom meetings to help get these correct. You should have some kind of a border around the edge. All right, and you should have the same number of squares on this paper as you have on this paper. But on your big grid, they're either going to be 2-inch squares or 3-inch squares. And on your black and white photograph, they should be 1-inch by 1-inch squares. Some of you have already started. When you send me a picture later this week of your progress on this, please send me a shot where I can see both the grid and your photocopy at the same time, so I can actually see how you're doing on that, and I can compare square to square. All right, some of you I've not seen a grid at all from, so you need to make sure you are turning that in. That is the bulk of your grade. That is the big grade at the end of the week that I put in RenWeb. If you go into RenWeb and you see you're missing grades, you need to go back and do those assignments so I can fill that in. Every Wednesday you should have art history, except this week there was a problem. It didn't post for all the classes. Just one of the intro classes got the art history last week, and some people did it, and the rest of my classes didn't see it. So I'm going to do the Rembrandt art history this week for Wednesday. If you turned in those questions already, you don't have to do them, but that was only a handful of people. So make sure you do the art history this week, and continue to work on your grid drawing and show me the progress. I'm looking for progress each week. Several of you just got it gridded last week, and that's okay. But this week I need to see you making some progress. And you need to know the kind of troubleshooting or the directions. Some of you are running into the same problems, but you need to make sure you're listening to what I'm saying as to how you go about working on this. You should have a ruler or some sort of measuring device so you can determine how far over a line goes in the 1-inch box, and you need to double that or triple that depending on what size your grid is for the bigger project. Also, I've always suggested this, and I think everyone should do it. I want you to cover up everything on your picture except the box you're working in at a given moment. Okay, a lot of you are like, oh, there's too many details, or this looks really hard, or if you cover everything up and just work one box at a time, finish that box, and then work on the next box, it shouldn't look like a lot of details or a big picture. It's just one square at a time. And I want to see the lights and the darks, and things need to be placed in the right spot, and that's what the ruler is for. For example, how far over does this black mark go in this box? Well, it's about 1/2 inch. So this is doubled. So when I do that on this box, it should come over a whole inch because I'm doubling that size. So the things in these boxes should be placed in the same spot on their correlating boxes. If you are struggling and you want to do a Zoom meeting with me, we can do that. We just need to communicate with me, please. But every Friday I'll check and see your progress on this. Some of you are not putting enough of the details in. For example, in this box, there's some speckles. Now, do I expect you to get every single one of those? No, but get the main dark spots and the main light spots, and do your medium tones in between. Some of you have some speckles or design in the background, and you're just making it all dark. Be sure and look just one box at a time and put the lights and darks in there as you see them. Another thing I wanted to let you all know is if you've got white fur or blonde hairs or something like that, and you're not sure how to draw a white hair or a white piece of fur, you can use your soft pencil or your blending stick to do some shading, and I'm going to show you here in just a minute. Okay, so if you have a gray area like that, you can take your white eraser that I gave you and do some white fur or white hairs in there by erasing those marks. All right, so that is your grid drawing suggestions for the week. Again, if you're having trouble, please let me know. But if you remember to go box by box, cover up everything on your image except the box you're working in, that will make it 10 times easier. I don't want you to think of it as a car or a person or a soccer ball or whatever, or grass. I want you to think of it as just the lights and darks on the value scale. Sometimes a box can go real quickly, sometimes it's going to go slow. It just depends. So good luck, and be sure and send me a picture Thursday or Friday of your progress on the grid drawing so I can mark it in your Renweb gradebook. All right, hope everyone had a great weekend.